Hi, everybody. I'm Pat Prokop, retired meteorologist. Today is Wednesday, October the 11th, and the clouds have been increasing throughout the region throughout the morning hours and into the afternoon. Now we're beginning to see some rain developing. It looks like it's going to be a quite wet night across the entire regions of southeastern Georgia and southeastern South Carolina. We're looking at perhaps 1 to 2 inches of rain, but that's just it, rain. Nothing major associated with this system. So let's take a look at it right now. First of all, the satellite imagery, there it is right there. There's an area of low pressure developing over here in the northwestern Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to zip off to the northeast right into Georgia and South Carolina throughout the nighttime hours. Is there any weather associated with this as far as thunder is concerned? Let's take a look at the lightning flash intensity. And we are seeing some lightning over in the Gulf of Mexico, but most of this activity over here is just clouds and rain that's moving into the region. Now, let's look at the enhanced satellite imagery, and quite a bit of activity is developing where that lightning is developing in the central Gulf of Mexico. And this is some moderate to heavy rains, and that's all going to be pushing off to the northeast into our area, particularly between sunset and sunrise, perhaps best between say 6 o'clock tonight to about early afternoon tomorrow. About 2 o'clock will be the best time for the rain areas across our region. Let's take a look at the regional radar summary. There you can see picking up quite a bit of rain across the southern Mississippi Valley, moving into Alabama and the panhandle of Florida, and some lighter rains developing. I think that's associated with a weak warm front that's moving across south central Georgia into southeastern Georgia. So that's going to keep temperatures mild throughout the nighttime hours. Let's take a look at my website, SavannahPat.name, and there you can see I have regional radars, one from the Charleston radar site, which is actually located in Grays, near Ridgeland, South Carolina. And it's showing some light precipitation developing and moving off to the northeast. A lot of this is evaporating before it reaches the ground because the air below is so dry right now. But the air will continue to slowly moisten throughout the nighttime hours, and the rain will be making it to the surface and then increasing in intensity as well. And the Valdosta radar out of Moody Air Force Base is showing more moderate to heavier rains out in the western portions of Georgia and the eastern portions of Alabama, and more coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. What about the models? Let's take a look right now. And here we have the conditions right now across the area. Here we have that area of low pressure developing in the northwest and north central Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to be moving off to the northeast. There it goes. It wants to jump ahead. But this is at 2 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning, and then going into a little before sunrise, about 5 o'clock in the morning. Moderate to heavy rains across the eastern counties of Georgia and into the southeastern half of South Carolina. And then going into the afternoon, that rain breaks down into showers. This is at actually late in the morning and early afternoon. This is at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Most of the rain is over for the moment, but then another band of showers develops on Friday, pushing across the region, and then that should be moving out of here. And by the weekend, we should see mostly sunny and very pleasant October weather moving into our region. Let's take a look at the other models right here. Precipitation forecast totals, and we call it total QPF, quantitative precipitation forecast. And there you can see the rains moving into the area and dropping quite a bit of rain, about 1 to 2 inches common across our region. This is by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. There you can see quite a bit of rain, 2.5 inches or 2.15 inches over here around the Jessup area, over around Waycross, 275. Brunswick, St. Simons, of 2 to 3 inches of rain expected out there. And in the Savannah area, about 1.5 to almost 2 inches of rain. Hilton Head, about 1.5 inches over there, and Statesboro region about almost 2 inches, and up to the west around Metter, almost a little bit more than 2 inches of rain out there. Let's take a little higher resolution view of this, and it looks like the rainfall of 2 inches or more will be across a good portion of southeastern Georgia into the upper portions of southeastern Georgia, lower Savannah River Valley, a little band across central Georgia. But this purple area here is mostly about 1.5 to 2 inches of rain in that region. There you can see Statesboro, 1.8 inches, Savannah just shy of 2 inches. We might get a little bit more than that on the south side of Savannah. And Hilton Head, Beaufort, Bluffton, yeah, it's going to be wet there as well. All right, let's move along into the tropics right now. The tropics have been somewhat active, but not very active in our region, and we are seeing some development out there, but nothing very serious. As the winds continue to, the El Nino winds continue to blow across the Atlantic Ocean, the tropical Atlantic Ocean particularly, and any storms that try to develop, they just get shut down from these winds. And now we have Sean developing out here, out in the eastern Atlantic, and it's going to be moving slowly and then curving to the northwest, and it's encountering these high winds as well. So not much development, maybe a weak tropical storm, mostly a tropical depression to be associated with that. And another wave forming off the coast of Africa will be moving westward, but again, it looks like it's going to be encountering those upper-level winds. Let me show you those upper-level winds right now. There you can see these winds over in the central tropical Atlantic Ocean are blowing at a moderate rate there, and over in the eastern Atlantic, as you go a little bit north where those storms are, the winds are very strong. And over here in the Caribbean Sea, they're very strong and not conducive at all for tropical storm development. And we could look ahead for the next several days, and those winds continue, if anything, pick up in the Caribbean. So the Caribbean is not going to be any threat right now for any tropical development over the next several days, if not next week or so. And I really don't see anything developing out in the tropical Atlantic Ocean. Looking at the conditions elsewhere, let's look at the surface map here. There's our rain system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico for tonight and tomorrow, going into Friday. But looking over here in the tropics, there's Sean, and it continues to move off to the west, but it doesn't really develop at all. As you can see, it has a hard time. It's encountering those upper-level winds, and look at it, just blows it apart. And that other system, well, where did it go? Yeah, the winds took care of that as well, so it's gone. So nothing really of any interest whatsoever in the tropics at this time. And usually by the end of October and all of November, we have to watch this area of the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, and off the southeast Atlantic coast. That's where we'll probably see, if we're going to see anything, the develop in that region there. All right, moving along, looking at the conditions across our region once again. Rainfall totals across our area, we're expecting 1 to 2 inches, perhaps upper 1s to lower 2 inches of rainfall across a large portion of the greater Savannah area, across southeastern Georgia, south central Georgia, into central Georgia. We're seeing, again, same thing. Look at Darien a little bit further south. Darien and Brunswick and St. Simons probably going to see the most out of this system, maybe up to 3 inches of rain on St. Simons. Let's see what the National Weather Service is forecasting for St. Simons here. A couple weeks ago, they had 5 inches at John Gulf's rain gauge. But, yeah, there is 3 inches rain right there, 2.98 over in the St. Simons area. And going across to South Carolina, Hilton Head, yeah, you're going to get over 2 inches of rain, nearly 2 inches to over 2 inches of rain in the greater Hilton Head area, Sun City, Rose Hill, Moss Creek, so forth. And over into Hardyville, a little less than 2 inches of rain. In Beaufort, nearly 2 inches of rain, along with Gardens Corner. Ridgeland, yeah, they're all the same. Everybody's going to get some moderate to heavy rains throughout the night. Most of this is going to be falling. The bulk of the rain is going to be falling between 10 o'clock tonight and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when we're going to see the most rain. And I don't expect to hear any thunder or see any lightning associated with this. And as we look at the forecast for the next several days, expect to see, well, they're at the clouds now. The rains will be developing later tonight. It's going to become somewhat windy throughout the nighttime hours, too. The winds will be gusting over 20 miles per hour at times. And then, of course, rain tomorrow. And that rain chance, that should be 100%. And looking at Friday, we might hear a couple rumbles of thunder with showers and thunder showers developing in the afternoon as that next front moves across the region. But then it clears off on Saturday with the temperature about 83 degrees for Saturday, and then going into the middle 70s only for the high on Sunday with a clear sky, lots of sunshine, and it's going to be great October weather for Sunday going into Monday and Tuesday. Look, highs around 70s, lows around 50s. Yeah, around 50. That looks really great. And, well, tomorrow also, with the clouds and rain, it's not going to get very warm at all. Low 70s perhaps for the high, and then dropping down into the middle 60s for the overnight hours before that next front comes on through. So thanks for watching. I'm right here on SavannahPat.name. There's a picture I just took of the Western Veil Nebula. I have that on my astronomy channel. I just posted a new video on how I shot this picture here. This is also sometimes known as the witch's broom, which is appropriate for October going into Halloween. But this is the remnants of a star that exploded hundreds of, or at least tens of thousands of light years, or tens of thousands of years ago. And this is the remnant gases associated with that. Okay, well, stay dry. Keep the umbrellas ready because you're going to need them, particularly for tonight and tomorrow morning. Going into school tomorrow morning and into the afternoon hours, you might need them coming home as well. But then enjoy this great weekend. And if you'd like to support my channel, you can always buy me a cup of coffee. I love my coffee right here. You can always buy me a cup of coffee. I have links about that below. And of course, if you like the page, hit the like button below. And also, if you would like to support my page, you can join my page and subscribe as well. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my page. I've put a lot of weather information up here. Also, a lot of information about the astronomy, the nighttime sky. And coming up this weekend, Saturday, we have not a total eclipse of the sun. We have an eclipse of the sun. Will be partially visible here. Never look at the sun directly with your eyes. Always use protection. And that includes sunglasses. Do not use sunglasses to look at the sun. But anyway, a partial eclipse of the sun for us on Saturday. All right, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.